Now, 3 weeks ago, no, was it 3? It was 3 weeks ago. We went on a little road trip, and it was the first time that we'd driven this EV beyond the range of the vehicle. And so that meant, for the first time, we had to rapid charge. In fact, not once, but twice. And of course, that in itself isn't particularly earth-shattering. However, we had owned this car at that point for over 2 years. So I made a video about it, and if you want to know why it had taken 2 years for us to get around to doing our first ever rapid charges and what happened on that journey, watch part 1 of this video, a link in the video description below. But don't worry if you didn't see it, because I will reference certain things that happened during this follow-up, because it wasn't entirely without incident, shall we say, at the rapid charges, and we'll talk about that a bit more as we go. Now today, 3 weeks on, we're actually doing almost the same trip. In fact, our destination is exactly the same. We're going to exactly the same property that we went to 3 weeks ago, but I'm going to handle the charging in a slightly different way this time. Cue credits. What? It's all very professional, you know.
Yeah. The driving's not us.
Yeah, thanks.
Snail will be overtaking us in a minute.
So on the M27 at the moment, and then we'll be heading on to the little bit of the M3 and then the A34. And on the trip last time we did this, those roads, and we stopped at Banbury for a charge. And if you saw the previous video, you will know that the incident that happened there was that I tried the Tesla superchargers, and that didn't go quite as I had hoped. Watch the previous video to find out why. And then I used some Osprey chargers. That also didn't quite go according to plan. Now, this time I'm going to be using those same Osprey chargers again, but I'm not going to be worrying about doing such a big top up. And the reason is that this time, what we did last time, we went up, did about 2/3 of the journey, and then we stayed over at an Airbnb, and then we did the final third, and then all the way home the following day. And we charged up at Banbury on the way up, charged up at Oxford on the way home. Now, my wife here said to me, why don't we stay in an Airbnb this time that has an EV charger? You see, now that's clever, isn't it? Why didn't I think of that?
Genius.
Genius. So that's what we're doing this time. We booked an Airbnb, it has an EV charger, which is great. So of course we can do the bulk of the charging overnight when we're asleep, which is great. However, we can't quite make it all the way there. Well, I think we might just be able to make it all the way there, but I really don't want to be, you know, going down to the electrons in the bottom of the battery. So we are going to do a little kind of bump charge, or if you want to call it, at Banbury, just to kind of make sure that we've got enough to get there. And also, you want to do a bit of shopping, don't you, when we get to Banbury? So yeah, so that's quite good. So while we're doing a bit of shopping, then we can just, you know, do just a little charge. And then tomorrow on the way back, we're hoping we can get all the way back as far as maybe Winchester before we need to put a little bit in. And I'm hoping that that does come to pass, because there is a new supercharger hub at Winchester that I would quite like to go and look at. So I'm hoping that that kind of works out, but we'll see. So we're going to head up now on the road. We're just joining the M3 now off the M27, and then head on up to Banbury and see what happens when we get to those chargers. Hopefully less of a thing this time. So we are just getting to the Banbury retail park where we came to last time. And what happened in the last video, you can watch it for all of the excruciating detail, But I drove round and round the car park a little bit, first of all, trying to find my way to the Tesla superchargers, and then found that I couldn't actually use the Tesla superchargers. They are open to all vehicles, but I had some issues. Shall we say that? We'll say that and no more, but watch the video if you want to kind of see what happened. But that means that I can confidently drive in here this time and drive up to the Osprey chargers, because I know that's what we're going to use, and hopefully this time it will work a little better, because although the charge at the Osprey chargers started okay, I couldn't stop it afterwards, and I had to phone the helpline, the Osprey helpline, in order to get them to stop the charge for me. And of course, being newish to this, I kind of thought, oh, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? But no, it wasn't me, because there was somebody else there charging who had exactly the same problem. So I'm just hoping that this time it kind of just works. I could do with it just for my confidence, you know. I want to be able to do a charge and it to not be, you know, just for nothing to happen. Right, let's stop here then. Good, we have arrived. So now what I need to do is to work out how much charge. So let's have a look. We've done 119.3 miles, started off with 99% battery this morning, and we've now got 45%. So on 119 miles, we've got 45% left. So we've got 55% battery. You can do the maths there. And I've now got to work out then how far it is that we've got to go and see how much to put in.
Good luck.
Thanks. I think it's important to say, actually, that yeah, I had some issues when I did the charging, the first, you know, my first kind of proper rapid charges when I came here last time. But I think it is important to say that when you're sort of new to something, then you're going to have these things, aren't you? It's a learning curve with everything in life. And I probably had weird issues when I very first got a petrol car and probably pulled into a petrol station with the petrol cap on the wrong side or something. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you just do, don't you? You do stuff. And once you've done it a few times, it's like anything in life, once you've done it a few times, you kind of know what you're doing. And this is the same thing. I mean, you know, I got to my destination last time and yeah, there were a couple of issues, but I mean, it was nothing major. Right, I've done the maths and I've got 44% battery left, which Nissan is estimating, my estimated range here, 108 miles. Now, to the destination where I'm going, the Airbnb, it's about 84 miles. So in theory, I don't have to charge, but that would leave me with a kind of buffer of 20 miles, which I don't really, you know, that's the whole point. I don't really want that stress of having that. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to charge up a bit. I'm not actually sure which one I'm supposed to be using, really. I think it's this one over here. Right, so I'm going to stick in, I don't know, 10 or 15% maybe, and just take it from there. That's what I'm going to do. Right, okay, so that didn't quite go according to plan. I pulled into the bay and it just wouldn't want to start. I plugged the cable in and it just didn't want to start. It kept saying plug cable in, and it was plugged in, but it wouldn't work. But it wouldn't seem like it was going properly. The guy pulled in a, what's that, a Polestar, I think, pulled in next to me, had exactly the same trouble. He's moved down a couple of bays and he said it's working for him. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to move bays and just see if it works in one of the other ones. Luckily there's 6 bays here, so hopefully we're just unlucky and we pulled into the broken bays. Right, okay, now don't panic. Second time lucky then, and I'm going to try and I'm gonna plug my cable in. Oh, I left the port I left the port open. Right, okay, let's have another go then. Right, so let's have another go. I'm gonna push the button, wave my card, beep, checking tag. Is it gonna work this time? That's the question. Ah, same thing, connect cable. I've connected the cable. I must admit, it's not, when I'm trying to put it in, it's not actually, oh, hang on, there we go. It didn't go in very easily. Ah, there we go. Preparing to charge. Okay, I'm not sure. Again, this is the thing. When you do these things, and it's not something that you've done a lot yourself, you begin to doubt yourself. And if it wasn't for the fact that the guy in the Polestar had a similar problem, I would think, is it me? But I had to really wiggle the cable around in order to get it to fit in flush, to fit in properly. So I'm now doubting myself. Was it just me in the other bay, or was it? I think the fact the guy in the Polestar had issues, it must have been wrong. There we go. So it's now charging. Hooray! So I'll leave it going now for a bit, and we'll go shopping. I think my wife's gone into Hobbycraft. I think that's where she's gone. So we have left the Banbury Cross Retail Park, and the sort of same thing happened really. After we moved the car to the other bay, I mean that worked fine to charge, but then I came back to the car to take it off charge. So I didn't want to put that much in really, I didn't need to. And the same as last time, if you saw the last video, was waving my RFID card at it and it wouldn't stop charging. So I had to phone the Osprey helpline again and get them to disconnect it remotely. And the problem actually with those Osprey chargers is when you phone the helpline, they say to you, what's the ID number of the charger? And unfortunately, some joker has taken the charging ID stickers off every one of those 6 chargers that are there. So I had to say to her, as I did to the bloke 3 weeks ago when I phoned, I can't tell you that information because it's not on there. So we were able to work out there was me and the Polestar charging, and she said, oh, when did you start charging? And I said, that probably won't help you because the Polestar started charging it the same time as me really, and she had a look and laughed and said, oh yes, I can see that. So I said, oh, well, mine's just gone on to 81% charge by this stage. So she said, oh yes, I can see you now. So then she was able to trigger it remotely. So I put a load more charge in than I was really expecting, but it doesn't matter. It gives a kind of buffer, if you like. But I did say to her, look, I had this trouble kind of 3 weeks ago, so you need to send one of your engineers down here. And she said, yeah, we've had multiple reports here of there being problems. So hopefully they will sort them out, because it doesn't fill you with the greatest confidence when you're a bit of a newbie at these kind of things. But I think, you know, on the positive side, it's a bit of hassle, but it's easily sorted. I got the charge, and we're on our way now to our destination. And we have changed drivers, as you can see, so the journey should be quite stressful, really. But really,
this is how you make me feel. This is how you make me feel. Oh, good, oh, great sunshine. Oh, baby, this is how you make me feel. And I feel good.
Oh, we have arrived at our destination. We had to get off the motorway because there was a lorry fire, just to add to what's been going on today. And so we're just pulling in here now at the Airbnb, and I can see the charger in front of us.
Do you want to get out?
Shall I get out? Yeah, good idea. I'm going to get out. So we've arrived at the Airbnb, which looks very nice, I must say, in Derbyshire. So that's very good. So I'm just getting a few bits out of the car, and I'm going to be charging up here overnight. So I did charge up a little bit more than I was expecting to do at Banbury. But that's okay, that's all right. And actually, because we've got kind of diverted off the motorway, then it's sort of okay. So this is the charger that's here. Now, when I talk about chargers and I go, oh, I don't know anything about this, I always get roundly criticised in the comments, so I'm not going to say anything. But clearly, I have to use my own cable on this charger, which is fine because it's not tethered. So I have got my cable, and I did think to myself, oh, I don't think I've used my cable before, but of course I have. When I had the charger when we went away on holiday and there was a charger at the cottage, one of the reasons why I haven't needed to rapid charge for the first 2 years I had the car, because I went on holiday and there was a charger at the cottage. So, so yes, I used my cable then that came with the car, so I will be doing the same. And I've just, so we parked the right way around, so that's good. Oh dear, I thought it was the Tesla chargers all over again. So I'm going to plug that in, but I don't really know how you kind of start charging. No idea. I'll worry about that later. Let's get inside anyway, and then we're going to walk up into the village, which I believe is about a 5-minute walk away, and there's a couple of pubs, which is going to be most welcome, I have to say.
Be your moon, you will be my sky, and I promise I
Right, so I have found out about these chargers. I've spoken to the person who runs this place, and evidently having the cable plugged in means that it will just start charging automatically at midnight, and then in the morning she's going to let me know how much it charged, and then I'll settle up then. And the rate that she's charging is, you know, clearly it's more than she's paying, which is fair enough, but it's a lot less than I would pay at a rapid. So there we go. Oh, I'm just getting in the car to get, where is it? Here we go. Have you got one of these? It's one of these little things that you put your keys in to stop some numbskull coming along and nicking your car. We'll be using the, you know, remote thing on your, I don't know how true that is, but you know, I've seen the videos, so I got one. So, and I left it in the car, so I thought, well, I better come and get it. So, there we go. So anyway, going to put the feet up now. Just been to the pub and had a very nice meal at the Dog and Partridge. It's very nice, it was. And yeah, just gonna sit down now, watch some of the snooker, because you know, I'm just a party animal, and then get ready for tomorrow. Gonna sleep overnight and then off to our destination tomorrow. Very exciting. I haven't told you why we're going yet, have I? No, that's still to come. So it's the following day, and we have stayed overnight at the Airbnb. And I don't think you got a brilliant night's sleep, did you?
Rubbish.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I don't even sleep too badly, but it's never the same on your same bed, is it? But there we go. Anyway, next day. So, charged up overnight at the Airbnb, and so we started with 50%, and we're up to 99% because we want as much in the battery as possible for this journey today. And it was £12.40. I paid her £12.50 because, you know, I'm just all heart. And yeah, so that's good. So now we're on to, it's a little one, it's about a 20-minute or so journey. Something, well, except we've got stuck at a train. Some booms have gone down, the train's going past. But anyway, once we've got through this, it's about a 20-minute or so journey. And then we're going to have brunch, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
No, that's my thumb. No. My thumb. Can't do my thumb.
So we're now on the journey home, and we started off from the Airbnb this morning with 99% battery. and we got to our destination, I think, with about 94, something like that. So we've had a nice cooked breakfast, which was very pleasant, at the garden centre. And then the reason for our journey, we have picked up a passenger on the way who's now trying to eat Mel. And there she is. This is little Maisie. Hello, Maisie. And she's a new member of our family. So the idea now, and the breeder had said to us, because it's quite a long journey from the breeders back home, so he'd said, look, get in the car and just go as far as you can. She'll probably be asleep, which clearly she isn't. But anyway, we're still going to try and do that. And excitingly, if it's not already exciting enough today, we should be able to go for our top-up charge to the new Winchester Superhub. So I'm really hoping that we do make it that far. And there's plenty in there. I've got, you know, let's say 93% battery. The GOM says 229 miles. I think realistically it's more like about 190. But to Winchester, it's 145. So, you know, plenty of wriggle room there to get us all the way to Winchester.
I can't help but smile. I can't help but smile.
Right, so we have done, what have we done? 146 miles, and it's taken us about 2 hours 36. So that's not too bad, made pretty reasonable time. And Maisie here is absolutely sound asleep, so she's been good as gold actually. So I'm now just trying to find my way to the, here's a sign here, Instavolt hub down here. Instavolt Ultra Charging Superhub, it says on the side there, so that's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I can see signs here for Instavolt. There it is. So it's nicely signposted. Oh my goodness, I've just seen a sight of it. There, it looks fantastic. So there's a whole load of solar panels here, which I'm guessing has something to do with it. There's a whole load of panels here. This is very exciting. Are you excited?
Extremely.
Well done. So here we go, and there is, there's no shortage of spaces here. So look at all of these spaces. My goodness, this is fantastic. And there's a Starbucks here as well, and also highly important, a toilet. So I'm very excited about that. So where should we go? Where should we park?
Not in the disabled one.
No, let's not go in the disabled ones.
We
Wow,
go on
this
that
is-
side so that the car's a bit more in the shade.
Yeah,
Well, you know,
definitely.
in front.
Yeah, let's.
Oh,
The-
no, because you've got to drive in.
I've got to drive in, yeah. So let's park here, and then we'll use the facilities. Very good.
There's a doggy hydration station over there.
A doggy hydration station. What do you reckon to that, matey? Hey?
All right, you can have a beer, can't you?
Brilliant, let's have a look around. So here we are then, we're at the Winchester Superhub, which looks absolutely fantastic. There's a whole load of chargers here. My car thinks there are 53 chargers, and but I think there are 44 actually. So I'm going to, oh hang on, I'm not sure actually, are Instavolt Octopus Electroverse compatible? I don't actually know the answer to that question, but I'm about to find out. So I'm going to take my RFID card and try it, but if not, it is contactless, so that's all right. So, okay, so let's have a go then. Okay, so card is authenticated, so that means it is Electroverse compatible, so that's good. So it's time to plug in your vehicle, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So let's plug her in then. So I don't know whether I'm just really unlucky, but I've tried 2 of the Instavolt chargers here and I couldn't actually get my charging the cable to actually plug into the car. The third one, it did plug in, but it then came up on the screen saying something has gone wrong. So I'm just going to try it again. So this is like my kind of 4th attempt. Card is authenticated, it says yes. So it's done that. Let's get started. Perhaps I need to unplug the charging cable again. I'm not having a lot of luck here. Let's unplug it. Right, I'm going to put it on the ground. Right, now it says time to plug in your vehicle. Right, so now I'm going to plug in my vehicle. It's done that. It says beep. Ooh. Now it says we are connecting to your vehicle. So I've got to hope now that on this attempt that it works, because I want to go and have a coffee. Truth be told, I don't need to do a huge charge here because I've got 65 miles on the car and it's only probably about 40 miles, so I could potentially make it home without charging at all. Hey, it's working. So we can see we have 26% and it's now charging up. Right, let's go and have a coffee. Well, this is what we wanted. So, we have left the Winchester Superhub, had a cup of tea while we were there, and the staff, it was a large one, yes, and the while we stood outside before we went in, 2 of the staff came out separately from the Starbucks staff, came out because they wanted to say hello to Maisie, say hello to the puppy. And they said, oh, you can come in, you can bring your dog in. So I was like, oh, okay, thank you. So we went and sat inside with Maisie, who then was very good and just went to sleep while we had our cup of tea, which was very pleasant. So she's been a good girl. As for the charging experience at the Superhub, I don't know whether it could be my car that is the issue rather than the Superhub, or me. Is it me? I'm sure somebody would be delighted to post in the comments and tell me. But actually, please do that because I want to know. So, but anyway, the facilities there are amazing. It's huge, as you can see, and good facilities as well, and just brilliant. I mean, more of that, please. That is the way to do it. So, charge the car up. Really, technically, we probably could have made it home because it's about 45 miles, and the car that gone was saying we had 65. But I don't trust it, so I just wanted to shove a bit in. But we've gone up to 60%, and we've got 146 miles on the gone now, so way more than we need. And we're just sort of heading now back to join the M3 shortly for the final step home and get Maisie here into her house, her home, her future home, for the first time. So we are not a million miles away from home. It's a new foresty area, and oh, hang on, Rosie's on the move. Right, sweetheart. Oh, look, she's stuck her head down. Right, is it nice and dark there, Maisie? She's sweet. Smelly. Smelly, thank you very much. I haven't got I don't know what the audio's like. I can't put my lapel mic on, which I've been using throughout most of this video, because it's in my pocket and I have a puppy sitting on that at the moment. So there we go. So what can you take away on this trip, and also from the first trip as well? I think the first thing probably is never come with me when you need to rapid charge. I think that's probably a good idea, isn't it? Because I seem to be a disaster area when it comes to that. Of course, as with anything in life, and I said this earlier, it is it's all a learning experience, isn't it? And stuff happens. So whether it was me at Winchester, whether it was something to do with those particular charges, I don't know. But I managed. The thing is, whenever I've had problems in this trip or in the previous one, I've been able to resolve them very easily, and it really hasn't been that much of an issue. Let's be honest. And does it put me off having an EV? Not in the slightest. It has. I mean, let's face it. We've done what we've done now. So we've done 35-ish miles since Winchester, and we did before that, I think, I can't remember what it was now, how many miles it was, quite a lot, but it's going to be sort of a couple of hundred miles in total. And really, it's a much, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, it's more refreshing to do it in an EV than it is in a petrol car. And let's face it, who wants to drive a dirty, smelly petrol, diesel or hybrid? Nobody. That's the answer. Well, some people do. I don't. So anyway, there we go. Yes, so thank you very much for joining us on this trip. Do leave posts and comments below, because I know you will. Tell me where I went wrong. Yeah, I don't think there's much more you can say. It's been, we've finally have rapid charge now quite a few times. It's just that for the first 2 years we didn't do any, and now over the last 3 weeks we've done a few. So that's brilliant. It was nice to visit Winchester as well. It is impressive, and I hope there's more of those to come around the country. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe as well for more of this utter nonsense, and we'll see you soon for another one. Say bye, Maisie. Cute puppy, what's she doing with you, you idiot? Yeah.